Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Still got time, no cap. Made a few chats, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride till I hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen a rap on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making hits, dog, like I'm in a big league.
Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the 8:45 hour on February the 6th, 2022. This is part 3 of the series building around Tua Tagovailoa. We're going to be talking about priorities. Today, we're going to talk about our money. We're going to talk about our draft capital and what direction should we go. What is our priorities moving forward? All right. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in because YouTube ain't sending the notifications out. They still doing your boy like that. So let's go on a like campaign. Let's hit that like button, get it up so YouTube can let other people know that we are live because they're refusing to do that right now. So help us out. Hit that like button. Let's go, y'all. Punch that like button and we're going to dive in. We're going to have a guest, special guest to help us with this part. This is a very important part, talking about what is the direction that we need to head in. What are our priorities when it comes to the draft and free agency? Because this is the biggest offseason we're ever going to have for a long time, in my opinion, man. Yes, give me some love. Hit that like button. Shout out to the mod squad. Appreciate y'all doing what y'all been doing. Again, all of the mods, I appreciate y'all working hard to keep the comment section clean. And shout out to all the members of the channel doing their thing as well, helping this channel every single month continuously do bigger and better things. Punch that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Punch that like button, all right? Everybody coming backstage, please disregard. I dropped the link for one person, so I'm not taking guests right now. I dropped the link for one specific person, so please refrain from coming backstage at this very moment. Maybe later in the stream we'll open it up for that. All right. So let me go ahead and hold me up and see where he is on this. Give me a second. Again. All right. Okay, we got the like. Hit the like button. We waiting on y'all. Punch that like button, man. Punch that like button. Let's get it up. We almost at 100 likes. What's good, D Wood? What's up, Mouse? I see you, man. Hey, Ryan, I'm not taking guests right now. I know you keep coming backstage. Just FYI, we're not taking guests at this very moment, all right? Salute to James Manguera. Salute to you, one of the newest members of the channel. Thank you with All Pro status. I appreciate you, homie. Hopefully you enjoy. Thanks for your dedicated support to this channel. Love you for that. Stay tuned, man. We got some big things coming for the mods and the members of the channel. All right. Welcome, man. Let me see. You're good, Ryan. I was just letting you know, bro. Mariano's GOAT. What's up, man? I was a mod for a long time. You ain't mod right now? There you go. My bad. I took all the mods away, but I'm just waiting on people to remind me who were mods, and then I'm seeing if they were some of the people causing trouble or not to remod them. So I got you, man. Andres Negron, what's up, man? Desert Dolphin, Adam Padilla, what's going on? Salute to everybody. Donald, man, what's going on? Hey, TD, do I have mod status? Now you do. Ronnie in the building, man. Salute to all the mods. All right, we over 103 likes. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this. One moment, y'all. All right, so we're going to talk about this. Let me bring up what we've already worked on. All right, so here we are. We've already discussed most of this, so I don't need to continue to reiterate. Right now, I really just want to have a conversation on our priorities, okay? We need to fill out this field right here, priorities by position. We already know where we struggle at. We already know where our opportunities are. And I want to start hearing from some of you guys on what you think the priorities are for this team. Let me make it one level smaller. Give me a second. I'm going to make it one level smaller. Let me go to view. Let me go to 150. Let me see if y'all still see that. Hopefully y'all can still see that. Let me do 175. Go manual on this. All right. Hopefully y'all can still see this. And listen, man, we want to talk about priorities. You know, what's the biggest priority on this team going into the draft and free agency? That's what we want to do. We want to start putting them in order. What are our biggest priorities that's going to bring us closer to winning a Super Bowl? That's what it's about. What are our priorities that's going to bring us closer to win a Super Bowl? So as of right now, Tua Tagovailoa is our starting quarterback, and this is about building around him. So all y'all who being funny in the comment section saying quarterback, right now, this is about building around him. We know we do need a backup quarterback, though. Running back. So if we start out with the starters, okay, when we look at the starters, we're looking at needing a running back potentially, a number one wide receiver, a number one tight end, a left tackle, a center, or a right tackle. We know we're going to need a punter, and we're just talking about starters right now because that's definitely going to be the priority. We're talking about a starting edge player because Ogbah's not under contract. We're also talking about a starting left inside linebacker, a starting right side. No, we good on the right side. Baker, I forgot. Left inside linebacker. We're talking about any other starters. That's pretty much it from the starting standpoint. So I want to know from you all in the comment section, where are your priorities? Where are your starting priorities? What's the first thing and most important thing we need to do as far as signing in free agency and or the draft? What is the highest priority that we have? Put it in the comment section. Once we get about 10 down on this list, we'll start bringing some people on to get their thoughts. So it looks like everybody's on the O-line. But we got some major things on the O-line where we got to talk about. Are we talking left tackle, center, right tackle? What is your biggest priority on this O-line? Left tackle, center, or right tackle? Talk to me, y'all. No, you can't just say tackle. I need to know right or left. Right or left. We want to know. What is the biggest one? Now, remember, keep this in mind. We're talking about Mike McDaniels, power run offense. This is definitely going to be one of the biggest priorities. But what's the biggest one? Let me see what everybody's saying. All right, I got center, right tackle, left tackle, right tackle, center. Dang, right tackle, center, left tackle, running back, wide receiver, left tackle, center. Depends on the QB. It's Tua, center, right tackle, center, left tackle. Tua blindside, which is the right tackle, right, left tackle. A good back can free up Tua. Left tackle, right tackle, center. So we're coming. Oh my gosh, y'all are so mixed. Y'all are everybody saying the left tackle, right tackle, or center. Left tackle, right tackle, or center. And I can't get a freaking favorite out of it. And I'm shocked I'm getting this many centers too. As the number one priority, by the way, what we're talking about. Tackle. All right, I guess my first one, I'm gonna have to go with right tackle. I'm gonna have to go with right tackle. It might have a slight edge. We'll play with these. We'll adjust them as necessary, as we see fit. Let me go to home. All right. Number 2, what is your second biggest priority on this team, y'all? After right tackle, what do you have? Right tackle, a good pick. I figured that. What's after right tackle? Center, left tackle, a running back, a wide receiver 1, a linebacker. Got some things. A defensive end. Don't forget that. I think I'm getting a lot of center. All right, let's go center. All right. What's your third priority? What is your third priority, ladies and gentlemen? What is your third priority? Your third priority. Outside of offensive line, there's a reason I'm saying that. Man, y'all said running back. Okay. All right, running back. Fourth priority. What you got for me, y'all? Fourth priority. This is going to be an interesting rebuild. I'm going to be real interested to see who can build me something, who can build a team around Tua that we all can feel good about. Running back, wide receiver. Looks like wide receivers coming in heavy right now. What we got? What happened? All right. After wide receiver, what do you have now? What is your next priority? What is your next priority? All right, y'all talk about left inside linebacker? Left inside linebacker. We're going to go left inside linebacker. All right. What's next? What's next for you? Your priorities. Talk to me. What's next? We got right tackle, center, running back, wide receiver, left inside linebacker. I'm shocked that y'all are literally going to put, we're not even, I'm seeing tight ends, quarterback. So we're not going to address the defensive end with Ogbah? We gonna leave that alone? I see some of y'all putting it in now. Whew. Left DN. All right. After the left defensive linebacker, what do you got? What's next? Y'all said resign him. It doesn't matter. It's still priority because he not signed. So even signing him is checking that box. But we got to put it on there. Defensive end should be higher. When I start bringing people on to adjust this and what they're talking about, we'll see what we come up with. What's next? Tight end? Another linebacker? Left tackle? See, this is getting difficult. I'm going to stay away from the O-line, and I'm going to tell you why in a little. We're going to stop at right tackle and center. I am going to stay away from the O-line just for a second, and matter of fact, I ain't going to tell you in a minute. I'm going to tell you now. Look, ladies and gentlemen, from a contract standpoint, Dieter may be on this roster, Jones, Eichenberg, Kenley, Jackson. Well, from a contractual standpoint, from what we saw. Now, Jones may not, but those other guys, and maybe they move on from Dieter, but I don't know. But it's really hard to say if you're already going to bring in a right tackle, you got Hunt, and then you bring in the center. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, usually they carry 8 linemen, so maybe they bring one more, or maybe they keep Jones. I don't think you're going to get 3 linemen, like big-time linemen, replaced. That's why I said we got to go priorities, but I'll put it on here. I'll put it on here because we're building around the team. So we'll go left tackle. All right. What else we got? At the left tackle, talk to me. What do you want? I'm seeing if you're gonna say QB, make sure you say QB2. So I know you're not just talking about a starter. Because this is about building around Tua. So QB2, what we talking about? Is it gonna be the tight end? I'm seeing a lot of tight ends. Yeah, I guess tight end. Tight end. What else? What's next? QB2? I think that's important. I really think that's important. What else? Anything else? Anything else? We got a lot of that covered. We got that covered. The rest of it is really more of depth, huh? It's a lot of depth, right? Somebody said owner. I can't deal with y'all. So pretty much that's 9. That's 9 groups right there. Secondary cornerback, I agree. CB2. I'll say CB2, cornerback 2, because we don't even have a nickel. I mean, we don't have anybody covering the slot. I mean, Nick Needham and Coleman is not under contract. We don't have a backup nose tackle, so I like whoever put that. NT2. I like that. Cornerback 3, it's fair. I don't know if we're going to get there because you still got Noah under contract. But it makes sense. What else? Any other holes? Let's see. We got more holes at the linebacker position. You don't have a backup right inside linebacker. You don't have a backup left inside linebacker. I'm just going to put LB2. Hard, TD. Man, listen, man. We already built that piece of it. You got Robert Hunt and all of these guys. Somebody going to compete for that other guard position. So we got linebacker 2. I mean, you're right. Let me just put it. left inside linebacker 2, and right inside linebacker 2. That's real. What else we got? And since we just going in the straight up raw order, we might as well do wide receiver 5 because this is what's left. Wide receiver 5, tight end 3. I think we got tight end 3. Somebody said new coach. Y'all might as well get over that now. It is what it is. We got nose tackle 2. We got linebackers now. Only thing we probably didn't add is see these cornerbacks. We put CB2 and CB3 and free safety 2. All right. So that'll be cool. All right. So I think we're at a good place right now, at least a starting point for priorities, because I also want to bring some people in, get their thoughts on them. So right now we have a list of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. I'm also going to put down here a punter. Just call it what it is. Because we don't have a punter under contract. Those are typically easy to find. But we put them at the bottom because it's of least importance. Let's see what else. Because right now we have how many holes on this team? We have 21 holes. And right now we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's wide receiver 5. Oh, I don't know what just happened. Oh, I see what just happened. All right, 15 is at wide receiver 5, 16, 17, 18, 21. So we got 3 more backup positions. And that's really at the linebacking core. That's at the who else? We did all the offense. That's the linebackers. It's just more linebackers. That's all it is. Right? Yeah, it's just linebackers. But this is a good start for us, okay? Excel can count the cells automatically. I know. I haven't put any formulas in yet. That'll happen. I'll build a sheet for formulas. Once I start playing with the salary cap, when we start building the team, I'll do all of that. So stay tuned. You'll see in the next coming days, all that stuff will be built out. All right. But here's our priorities. Starting running back, sign Duke Johnson. TD Eichenberg name is misspelled in your spreadsheet. Eichenberg. I put GERG. Yeah, I did. I appreciate that. All right. We got to get to a wheelchair and a power scooter to be on the safe side. Y'all need to stop. All right. Anywho, man, here we are. We have our priorities. Now, I'm about to drop the link for a second. Don't come in here just talking football. I don't know why every time I say something like that, somebody come in here doing that mess anyway. Do not come in here just talking football. I want only people who feel like the priorities should be ordered differently, because we got to go one step at a time on this rebuild. Okay. If you feel like the order should be done differently, I want you to come in and give me your take, what your thought process is. If you come in here, I'm sorry, don't call me rude, and you start talking football, I'm just going to click off of you and move on. Okay? Please don't feel like I'm being rude. It's just the reality. I'm going to click off of you and move on, because we're trying to do some real work here, try to figure out what's the best way to build this team around Tua so we can compare it with what they actually do. Okay? All right, so I've dropped the link. Please only come in here if you feel like the priority should be in a different order. It's going to be important to do that because it's going to matter when we start talking about filling positions, because money does run out, ladies and gentlemen. It runs out. William says center would be number one on my list, then left guard. See, the reason why I want y'all to come on and tell me is because I want you to explain why. And then I want to ask the comment section if it makes sense and should we make that change. That's the only reason. So keep that in mind, all right? All right, so the link has been dropped. I'll continue to drop the link for those who can come in and tell me. Otherwise, we'll assume we're all good. We're going to start with Greg. Talk to me, man.
TD, so I was joining the link. What was just the question again, bud?
Do you feel like this priority order should be changed?
No, I'm happy with it. I think a right tackle and a center would be great because right tackle will be protecting them to his blind side. Hold on just 1 second. Terrell Armstead would be a great addition to the.
No. Not who.
Okay.
Not who.
Okay.
But you're good with the order?
Yes. I'm good with the order. Right tackle would be great. I would love a veteran center just because a veteran center is like the middle of the line. A running back, I mean, I'm happy with our running backs, but I think we need one running back for Tua that can commit the run game. And then a linebacker, I think we definitely need a linebacker help, and I agree with this order.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, Sharif, man, talk to me, man. Do you agree with this order? What needs to change?
Well, I think I like the order. I was already looking on Cap. I think it's called Capify or something like that. But Tisdale and Armstead, Tomlinson, I'm sorry, from the 49ers, the guard, and then Armstead. That's my priority, and then middle linebacker in the draft.
All right, man.
I love it.
Hey, come back when we start filling in the players, okay?
Okay.
All right, appreciate you, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. If you want to change your priorities, come in, okay? If you want to change the priority order, come in. If you want to tell me what player you want to fit, this ain't for you. I'm trying not to be rude and just click off of anybody. All right? Because what you're telling me right now is the list is just fine. I don't want you on here if the list is just fine, okay? Ryan, what do we need to change?
What's up, TD? How are you?
I'm doing great, man.
So what I would change is my top three on this. First, I would go center because we have to open up the passing lanes, and I think that's very important. I'd bump running back up to number 2 because that opens up the middle of the field where Tua struggled. And then I would bump DN up to number 3 because DN, I think, would make swallowing CB and knock CB down the list because the pass rush helps the CBs cover easier. So I would just change the top 3.
All right, so first of all, I got to be honest with you. I definitely agree with the whole center move. I mean, everybody said right tackle because it's Tua's blind side. But the center is going to be vital in the run game, and Tua does have an issue with vision in the middle of the field, especially since he's a shorter guy. That may be something that's valuable. Plus, you want to run that ball up the middle to suck those linebackers inside so you could get those intermediate throws in the slants in the second level of the field. I kind of agree with that. What are your thoughts in the comment section? Is that something you agree with, putting center as the number 1 priority, or do you still feel that the right tackle is more important?
I would also throw in, I think, Tua's pocket presence makes the tackles less of an issue, and that's why I also like center at 1.
Well, don't say that because he missed about like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 games because of the right tackle.
No, agreed. But right tackle will still be a top priority, but just not 1.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. I want to see what everybody else think, and then we're going to move on to your theory on defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, center. Right tackle. Center definitely more important. Center, tight end, true tight end is a priority. But where on the list, Carla? O-line build up first. The game. Let me see. Right tackle. See, people are still split, but at least you have some logic behind it. We're going to swap those two. And if you disagree and you want to put that right tackle back on, come hop backstage and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's see here. All right. All right. So that's a good start. Now, this defensive end thing, okay? Now, we put left defensive end way down here. Do y'all feel like that needs to be moved up more in the priority? Because I feel like that is important to keep our defense intact, but we can't regress and just get another guy to replace Ogba. Here's the deal with that. I want y'all to think about this order, but also think about money. I want you to think about this order, but also think about the money. The closer you are at the top, the more likely you are to spend real money towards it. So once you start getting around 4, 5, 6, like the real money is only going to be spent on like the top 3 spots. If that. Everything else, you're bargain shopping because you got all of this to fill. So do you want a defensive end that's number 5th priority on your team, which might be an $8 to $10 million guy? Ogba himself probably going to be $15 million.
Definitely agree. But the plans I have for later in the podcast take care of center and running back potentially cheap, depending on what route you go. So I think I have a good plan. So I would kind of might have to disagree. Usually the top guys you do spend, but there's some players I think that are potential trade targets or draft where it won't kill us to get center as the number 1 and we still don't spend that much money. So
no, I mean, I'm with you though. Trust me.
And then what we were saying too, the reason why about the DN is people don't realize the DNs could also make if we have to. We don't know what's going to happen with Howard. I think we keep him, but that's later in the talk. But the DN helps the quarterbacks as well, which I don't think people realize. So that's kind of means that if we make the DN a priority, it could swallow if we have to regress a little bit at quarterback too. So we have to think about that. That's kind of why I would bump the end up, because people forget it's kind of helping 2 positions out at once, because you get to the quarterback quick. You don't need to cover as long.
Well, let me say this, because I'm getting a lot of conflicting things in the comment section. Number 1, we did not re-sign Ogba. Let's get that straight now. Ogba is not under contract going into next season for us.
Mm-hmm.
We did not re-sign him. So whoever keeps saying that, you're wrong. Go look it up. We did not re-sign him. Second off, someone said, if we re-sign him, then how do we prioritize? He's not signed. So we have to prioritize that position. Is that position of high prioritization? And if it is, we need to put it in order and understand that we're going to get a guy 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th priority. And does Ogba even fit in that? We don't know. It depends. It depends on the money, y'all. We don't know. Remember, we got 5 weeks to figure this out because free agency is going to open, and it's going to open hard. So what would y'all do? On this list, where would you put the defensive end since we don't have one under contract? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Give me your number in the comment section. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever. Put it in the comment section now so I can get an overall consensus. Put it in the comment section. Where would you put it? Somebody said edge over running back. Okay, we'll see. 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 2nd, 3rd. We're going to wait on a few more to come through. 3rd, all day long. 3rd, 4th, 3rd. Defensive end at 3rd, 4th. Man, y'all making a case. I was about to go 4, but now the 3's coming hard. 3. Sorry, 3. 2nd, we got to go with 3. We have to go with 3. So let's shift this whole thing down then. Let's shift it down. Copy. I'm going to have to give me another battery in here. All right. And we're going to go left defensive end. Does that look about right for you, Ryan?
I would have running back. Remember, running back ahead of right tackle too, because the running back will draw the linebackers in. That's really going to open up the middle of the field. And I think that's where Waddle's bread and butter could be. And so I would say center 1, running back 2, lefty end 3, then linebacker 4, because you really opened my eyes. I didn't realize how many holes we had at linebacker because how many contracts were up.
So we
got to move linebacker up and receiver down, because receiver there's 2 to 3 trade targets, multiple free agents, and the draft is very deep. So I think if there's a lot of options, it's not as big of a concern because we'll still be able to fill that hole, even if we go their second or third option.
Here's what you're doing, though. You're basically shoving the left tackle and right tackle just lower and lower.
Yes, because I think we have options. For the reason why I put the left tackle lower is because I think there's trade options, and also we have a lot of options in-house, and we're going to have to fill 1 to 2 of the offensive line holes in-house. So that's kind of where I'm coming at with the left tackle. I think there's...
But we already have that, though. We have that built in. We feel like our left guard, all these guys will be competing, and Robert Hunt. That's your in-house.
Yeah, but I'm kind of going off the plan I have base for later and where I think we can fill the holes.
Man, I feel like you're playing with fire, bro. You talk about left tackle and right tackle.
There was a good target last year that was linked to us that I think will be available via trade for left tackle.
And I know this is outside of what I want to do right now. Please indulge me.
Yeah. So I think we should, one of my big spendings would be trading for Taylor Decker.
And how much is Taylor Decker going to cost?
$15 million, and I have it. It fits it in the cap.
How are you going to fit it in the cap when you talk about a center, a defensive end, a running back?
Okay. My 3 center targets are all going to be no more than $1.5 million on the cap.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
my gosh.
Want me to throw them out there?
So you talking about your center is going to be $1.5 million and it's your number 1 priority?
Yep. I'd have McCoy, Ruiz, or Lindstrom as my 3 targets.
For $1.5 million?
Yep, McCoy and Ruiz both on the Saints. They're going to need to rebuild through the draft and need picks. They're very cheap, so you call about one of those 2. And then Lindstrom, we could trade back in the second round and still pick up Lindstrom and gain extra picks. Lindstrom out of Boston College, read all of it, watch his tape, read all the stats about him, how little sacks he's gave up, his pass blocking grade. So if you can't get Ruiz or McCoy, who are would both be top 10 centers in the league. McCoy already is, so I don't think he'll be a table, but Ruiz's backup, very underrated, would be cheap, let us spend money other places. Or Lindstrom out of Boston College, he's going to be a stud. We passed on 2 studs last year in the second round, and I don't think we should make the same mistake. So, and they would all be no real big money against the cap. Look up McCoy on the Saints, a starter, then Ruiz, the backup. Ruiz is a stud if you watch his tape.
Why are you throwing out a fake number of $1.5 million?
Because McCoy's like a $1 million cap hit. Cesar Ruiz is his back. It's like $1 million cap hit on sports.
Cesar Ruiz is $3.5 million cap number for 2022.
Did I read it wrong?
Yeah, very wrong. His base salary is 1.7, but you got other prorated bonuses if he on the roster in camp and all kind of stuff. Bro, you ain't getting no center. Oh my gosh. Who is the other one you said?
McCoy. McCoy's cheap too. They're both on rookie contracts.
Hold on. See, and then I need to look at the rookie contract.
Oh yeah, so I read 2.3 million guaranteed. Sorry, I didn't realize the cap it was 4 million. But
no. Let's even go to McCoy. What's his name again?
Eric McCoy.
Yeah,
McKoy.
Man, y'all bear with me.
That's my fault. I thought I read all the stuff right. Sports.
ERIC or ERIK?
It's Eric ERIK. Yeah, so his total salary is 1.3 million this year for McCoy. So I probably just Ruiz is a little more. I don't think they're going to trade McCoy. McCoy is unbelievable. But
Steve, McCoy is a $3.4 million cap hit. I don't know what numbers you're looking at, bro.
I'm at salary sports. It says basic salary $1.325 million.
Yeah, go
and
to
then no signing bonus, and then total.
Go to Spotrac, bro. I don't know what they looking at. Go to Spotrac. I mean, use that. Use that for everybody, bro.
That's what I thought. Oh, I was probably just reading the signing and not the cap hit like an idiot. So my apologies. Or the year before. So but $3 million for each. I still had $10 million in room in my cap plan.
Here's where you're messing it up. When you go back and look at their salaries, bro, look at their contract. Like McCoy, you're talking about a guy that's going to be $3.4 million, but it's the last year of his contract. Yeah, we can't use up the full 80. You have to go ahead and know what you're going to be signing him long term for. And that's going to be big bucks.
It is, but you could play with the cap to make it fit within the first year. I'm going by you get him now and you work out the cap in the season. So I'm just saying what their cap is for this year because we're trading for him and we have to make sure they fit within the cap this year.
He's coming off of his first contract. There's no workout that'll be lower. It's only a workout that'll go up because he's about to get a new deal. These centers are basically impossible to get unless you're paying them the real money. The only reason you're trading for them.
They're both worth the real money. So you'll fit him in the cap this year, and we'll work out a long-term deal. You can play with the cap.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you. The long-term deal has to be worked out upon trading as well because you got $85 million. What you have to understand is next year, you ain't going to have barely anything. So you have to already know what you're going to allocate to him. And you want to actually try to front load it so that you can have money sooner than later. These guys, it's not realistic. And I mean, they're realistic, but you got to understand you're going to be paying them big bucks. Otherwise, their current team would not want to trade them.
No, but it's a special circumstance with the Saints because they're going to have to rebuild through the draft, so they're going to be looking to offload players. So McCoy,
these are the young players that's not costing them much right now.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to afford to give new contracts to both McCoy and Ruiz if they want to keep them. That's why you call about both. See if you get either. If not, Lindstrom will be cheap in the draft. He'll be a second-round pick.
These are trade deadline people, bro. These are guys who get traded at the trade deadline. Yeah, but let me say this, because I don't want to get caught up into this whenever it's irrelevant. We're not discussing trades yet, though. We're talking about free agency because trades aren't even guaranteed. We ain't the only team that could get them. So we're not, this whole scenario not even going to be about us trading for someone.
No, agreed. I was just saying there's three options at center that wouldn't break the bank. That's what I was trying to say.
But the problem that you have right now, when we do this exercise, I can't use that.
No, yeah. Center's still number one, but I like the list. And the receiver, I would just swap with linebacker just because I think there's a lot of options at receiver. And I think linebacker will be more of a priority. Want to put more money into a position where there's less options.
Okay, so right now we got center. You're talking about moving right tackle, but nobody in the comment section is going to agree with that. Left defensive end, they all agreed it needed to be moved up. Running back, you would keep where it is.
Yep. I think we've ignored it for way too long.
And wide receiver, you'll keep where it is.
I would trade that with linebacker because I think linebacker has less options. So we probably want to prioritize money to positions with less options and a bigger fall off. And I think for wide receiver, there's multiple options.
Agree with that. I would agree.
Yeah, there's multiple options via the draft for wide receiver, trading, or free agency. So I think if we go with like our third or fourth option, we'll still be happy.
All right, cool. So I would actually agree with that. I would say those two need to be swapped because we do have some wide receivers, but we do not have a left inside linebacker. And that is a massive issue that we're definitely going to have to address.
Yeah, when you did the show the other day, you really opened my eyes. I didn't realize how many guys were not signed, so we're really weak there.
So, but outside of that, everything else is solid.
Yeah, pretty much. Tight end's the one I know because Gesicki's a free agent we should be focused on, but it's actually a sneaky good free agency class if you look at who some of the guys are. So that's why I want to move it up.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. Don't forget when we fill this thing out, I'm gonna be calling on you to show me what's your plan. All right.
Definitely. I'll switch up that salary cap for the center too. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Use Spotrac, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So good talk there, man. I think we made some progress on that. I like some of those moves, especially the linebacker one and the defensive end. William Ray said the list should be center, guard, left defensive end, right tackle, running back, wide receiver, left inside linebacker, left tackle, in order for Tua to improve. He needs a good interior O-line, which would allow him control in the pocket and improve the run game. All right, I like that. I would say the center, guard, left defensive end. Man, you went back to guard because you want to keep the interior. The problem is we can't do everything. And here's what we need to consider. Everybody's saying center first, but to go guard instead of tackle, I know he needs to see the middle, but what's the difference if the edges are getting beat all day? Especially his blind side. Because if he ain't on the field, it don't matter. The middle don't matter if he hurt. I really think the right tackle got to stay at number 2. I see where you're at with it. We didn't put a guard anywhere on here anyway, because I know you're saying interior. But let me explain this to everybody who will want to go guard, right? We know Robert Hunt will probably hold down the right side unless Mike McDaniels have a totally different vision. The issue with the other side of the guard, you have too many guys on this roster now with guaranteed money that are young that they can't move on from. You have too many of them to just say, go get a starting guard. Some of these guys are going to have to work out, but at least we see more productivity between these guys at guard than we do at the tackle position. That's why we left the left guard the competition, because if you go get a starting left guard, this group ain't good enough to compete for the right tackle and left tackle spot. And that's an issue. But at least you can get decent play at the guard position. So that's the poison you got to pick. Unless you're going to start cutting some of these guaranteed contracts with these rookies and have more holes and be having your capital at an even lower deficit. You have even less money to build. That's the issue that you run into. Everything else I kind of like, except the linebacker. We ain't even got a starter, and that's one of our weakest areas, and we need to figure out a way to stop the run. That is a priority. That is a priority to me. We're about to build a better team than the owners. I know, right? They're going to do exactly opposite of what we do. Because how much control does McDaniels have anyway? Greer going to still want to make the personnel decisions. J. Rose, what needs to change?
Okay, first of all, the running back, I feel like the running back is not that important. The better your line is, which y'all already said, we need center and right tackle, which I agree with. The better that your line is, the less your running back matters.
And that's a good point, because I feel like even with Duke Johnson and Phillip Lindsay, if your line is good, they could be some 1-2 punches.
Exactly. And also, I feel like nobody is paying attention to this. The backup quarterback, listen, if Tua gets hurt again, who y'all want coming in? I know y'all don't want Jacoby again.
He makes some valid points, y'all. Let's start with the first one. Running back, is it really that important? Because with an improved O-line, the guys you got should be cooking, right? Or do we still got to go get a great running back, which is going to eat up your cap for some of these other spots? It's something that we really need to talk about. So what do you think in the comment section? Is running back this important? Yes or no? That's all I want in the comment section, a yes or a no. Agreed. Not that important. Agreed, TD. No running back is not important. Interesting. A lot of people going your way. We need a true bruiser. But of what priority on the team, though?
A running
Yes,
back
it
could
is
drop
that important.
at least 2 spots.
Yes. No. We getting a lot of no's that it ain't important. Caller says yes. Not unless it's an all-pro. But with a great old line, you might be making one of the guys you got all-pro. I'm just saying. Not likely, but yeah, you know what I mean. Fifth, running back by committee. They already shown they want to do that, but we got a new coach. And what does the new coach like? Does he like a bell cow or does he like a committee? San Francisco has ran a committee for 5-6 years now. So there's a great chance that Mike McDaniels will be running by committee as well. So do you really need a bell cow? Running back is important for the style Tua plays. I thought I may have been lost on that. For the style Tua plays, running back is important, but we need running backs that can block. We need running backs that can run. And it ain't important for the style Tua plays. It's important to actually take the ball out of his hands, to not have to rely on him, because relying on him, we won't win games. Tua is the type of quarterback you cannot put the game in his hand and say, go win it. You need to have a complimentary run game. You need to have all those things.
Exactly. You want Tua on the snap count. You don't want him to throw too many passes.
That is a fact. You definitely want him on a snap count. You know what I mean? I already told somebody earlier tonight, Mike McDaniels is here. Tua will probably throw the ball 30% less. Instead of 30 times a game, they're going to be looking for 22 to 23, 24, 25 max. Even though he was, but okay. Running backs. We need a running back that can take over the game. Y'all are interested. All right, last call, man. Running back at number 4, yes or no? Last call. Put it in the comment section. And if you say no, put what number he should be at. Running back at number 4, yes or no? And if not, where should he be? Hurry up. Last call. Last call. So we don't have to stay on it forever. Number 6, number 7. We're getting there.
I definitely think number 6 would be good.
We need a good running back if we are doing RPO. We need the threat of the run for the style of to work best. I don't think we're doing that type of RPO. We're going to be a power O offense, man. West Coast. A lot of people saying around 6. Is that where you would have it, J Rose?
Yeah.
I got to compromise with some of the people in here, and I'll go down to 5. So we just going to swap.
All right.
As a compromise for some of the other people that's just moving up the linebacker even more. And again, somebody may make that adjustment, but I mean, it's a valid point. It really shouldn't be that important if you got the O-line. I don't want us to get Dallas Cowboyed. Y'all, if y'all been on this channel long enough, do y'all remember when I said Jerry Jones ain't going to give Ezekiel Elliott that big money? He's proved it 2 times in a row when everybody wanted him.
Giving it to him anyway.
Yep. I said Jerry Jones proved it twice. Everybody wanted him to sign a running back on a big deal, and he said, shut up. Anybody could run behind this O-line. And 2 times he let the running back go. And they still had a top run game. Then in comes Ezekiel Elliott, and for the first time, he gives them the money instead of letting them walk. and it screwed him over because Ezekiel Elliott ain't even the same running back anymore, number one. And number two, many people argue Pollard's played better for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if he didn't give Ezekiel Elliott the money and let him move on. Pollard would have been the premier back, and he's already played better than Zeke the last 2 years. He should have stuck with his principle that he always did, and this is the one time he didn't, and it came back to bite him. Because if you build an O-line, a Mack truck can run through it. And that's the reality. I can't believe I swore up and down. He not finna give Zeke that money. Y'all crazy. He done already proved it twice. He literally looked at the camera and told the fan base, shut up. A Mack truck can run through this line. And he proved it to him twice when they were begging to sign the running back. I forgot what those running back names was. DeMarco Murray was one. Was it Darren McFadden? I don't know. Who was it? DeMarco Murray and somebody else. They kept saying, sign him, Jerry. What are you doing? He said, shut up. A Mack truck can run through this line. He let him go. Then the next one came, balling out. Sign him, Jerry. A Mack truck can run through this line. Let him go. Got Zeke, and they were still running. And this is the first time he didn't follow suit. Yeah, it was Darren McFadden. This was the first time he didn't follow suit, and he signed Zeke, and he's going to regret it because Zeke over there getting free money, and his production ain't even close to it anymore. And Pollard coming out of the backfield putting up better numbers, but in the backup position. So I'm sorry. You get the right O-line, running back shouldn't be that important. But I get it. All right, man. Anything else, J Rose?
Yeah, I think QB2 need to go up.
Yeah, what did we say about that? Are y'all good getting a QB2? Let me tell y'all the issue you're going to have about a QB2 this offseason. You got 12 teams that's looking for a starting quarterback this year. May even be more depending on the moves that are made. But 12 teams. If you got 12 teams looking for a starting quarterback, teams are going to try to find a starter. They're going to try to find two middle-of-the-road guys to compete. They're going to bring in all the Bridgewaters and all of them in the world. They're going to get snatched up quick this year because we've never had a situation where all these quarterbacks were available. I mean, teams needed quarterbacks like this. So your backup's going to get snatched up quick. So you might have to move a little faster this year on a decent backup. The only issue with us, we find ourselves in a hard spot looking for a backup because a lot of these backups in the league could actually compete with Tua to start. I'm just being honest. This ain't a hate moment. I'm just keeping it 1,000. It's hard to find a guy that Tua's leaps and bounds better than that could still help you win games if Tua gets hurt. That's the issue we're dealing with. It's going to be really hard to find a guy that Tua is leaps and bounds better than, and they could still win us games if Tua get hurt. Because Tua ain't that far off from, this is just keeping it 1,000. So it's like, what backup do you get that's better than Jacoby that won't threaten Tua? Do you have any names?
Would you be opposed to bringing in somebody like Gardner Minshew?
I'll do you one better, bro. Let me do this. This is what I'll do. I'm finna pull something up, okay? Give me a second. My bad, bro. Let me see if I have it here. I didn't put backups on here, did I?
No, I don't think so.
Gardner Minshew. What y'all think, comment section? Let me slow down. Let me ignore this conversation because we're getting into the players. We should be just talking about the priority. It's hard for me to even do it too. How much of a priority is backup quarterback to y'all? I want y'all to look at the list, the priorities by position. Right now, we got backup quarterback at number 9. At number 9. What do y'all think? What do y'all think the quarterback should be? Backup quarterback. Somebody said 10th, even lower. 8th. You're saying above the tight end 1, actually? Because we're gonna need a starting tight end. Primary guy. 4. Oh, Jesus. A backup quarterback at 4. 3rd. How far? Well, first of all, J Rose, where would you put it on this list? I don't know why I'm asking everybody else. I should start with you.
Right there where wide receiver at.
And move everything else down?
Yeah.
So you got it 6th.
Mm-hmm.
What's y'all thoughts about 6th for a backup quarterback? 6. Where would you put it? Put it in the comment section. Hurry up. Where would you put it? I'm getting a lot of 8s. Yeah, but where would you put it? Don't say yes or no. Just tell me where you would put it. Somebody said above running back. Yeah, I have to understand this position is the one that you need to try to go 500 if your quarterback get hurt for 6 games. Just say that. You need him to help you go 3-3. 6 or 7. 7 through 10. 6 through 10. We need one number. We need one number, guys. Help us out. One number. No range. I'm getting a lot of 8s, bro. That's moving up one spot. 6, 7,
Okay.
8. QB2 should not be in front of starters. Ugh. You know what? That's the issue we have in Miami. Somebody said QB2 shouldn't be in front of starters. I actually agree. Unless your starting QB is already iffy, and then like think about it like this. You don't want the season to go to waste. First of all, what if your guy struggles or just playing like they suck? You want to be able to maybe turn to the backup and see if you can get some play. Or say he gets hurt, which is something we really have to worry about in Miami. Or do we just rely on him to be the guy and he's going to be great, never get hurt? Do we put all our marbles in that? Because if we do, that means if he does get hurt, the season's over. If he does struggle, the season's over. There is no backup. There is no plan. You might as well just get the last man available. That's a serious issue for us. And it's been an issue for the last 2 years. I think people should take the backup more serious because Tua can play out of his mind this year. But what if he still misses those 6 games and we miss the playoffs? It was all for nothing? I'm going to do this, bro. This is tough. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, bro, I have to leave it be.
All right.
I have to leave it be, and here's why. I just keep looking at all the positions above it. We have to build around Tua.
Yeah.
And he needs everything above QB2 for him to be successful. At a minimum.
True.
He needs, like, this is like go for broke around him. If it don't work, then that's it. But he needs all that stuff. as a priority. If it doesn't work out and we got to go with a backup anyway, at least we know we got a quarterback that's prone to injuries, to even in the NFL. Like Tua got so many things that's working against him. If he get another injury, I don't care if it's 3 games, he can't be our future quarterback. If he freaking plays average or slightly above average, he can't be our quarterback. It's so many things, so there can be no excuse. There can be no excuse.
Well, that's all I had, TD.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
All
Good
right.
stuff, though. Good stuff. Last one right now, we got Jerryman. What needs to change?
What's up, TD?
What's up with you, homie?
I'm good. For me, I wouldn't prioritize running back so much. Because Mike McDaniel, I think somebody was posting how he's pretty good getting top production out of his running backs. I think Breida and all them other boys were undrafted free agents. And so as far as getting a running back, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like I think people, just because of how our previous offensive coordinators was using our running backs, maybe people want us to get a Jonathan Taylor, but I don't think with somebody as smart as McDaniel, you need a running back like that. He's already proven to you he can basically take regular guys and get top production out of them the same way Flores was doing with our defense.
Well, here's the deal with that. You're saying that he's already proven he could do so much with running backs. You need him to do stuff with him, and you always want 3. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, it may not be a high priority like you want the best of the best running back. I think that's the issue we're coming up to.
Got you.
But even a middle of the road running back is going to be your 5th priority because of money. You see that center, right tackle, left defensive end, and left inside linebacker, they're going to cost.
Yeah. I think the 49ers, Mitchell, the current running back, wasn't he a 6th rounder?
Yeah, but again, what are you expect the Dolphins in a Tua must-have season to go get a 6th rounder and hope that he can become Mitchell? Or hope that McDaniels can guarantee he gets that?
Well, I think
production?
if McDaniels comes in and shows them like, hey, this is what I've done with running backs of Mitchell's caliber, then hopefully, but I can understand where you're
but
coming
this
from.
is a year we can't live off all that hope.
It's a prove it. Yeah, it's a prove it year. I feel you.
Yeah, we can't bring in a 6th round running back, and if it doesn't work out, be telling Tua, well, we didn't give you the running back you needed. This is it.
Got you.
This is it, bro. He needs what he needs now.
So, what I would do is and I understand that you just had a whole conversation about it, but I would put QB2 above tight end. And I know that sounds controversial.
So who's your catching tight end? Who's your Kittle?
Or Kittle, I think he could get top production out of Smythe.
So Smythe is going to be running the routes over the middle.
Over the middle, no. I would think that we would go
remember, Smythe was really good hitting. Smythe was really good hitting the flat, catching it 2 yards, and running up for another 8.
Now,
but Smythe wasn't running routes in the middle of the field, doing all the work Gesicki did in the intermediate to deep.
I got you. What I'm going off of is before we go into free agency, because you said free agency isn't what we doing right now, right?
No, that's the first thing, free agency.
Okay, because I already
remember that hits first, bro.
I feel like we can possibly get someone in free agency, but a QB2. The reason why I put QB2 over tight end is because, if the rumors are true and McDaniel say he's going to go off of Tua's strengths, I feel like you said, passing is going to go down 30%, and we're going to have more guys that are blocking far more. And so you're gonna have to. He's gonna prioritize blocking far more than receiving tight ends. That's what I think.
I mean, I agree with that. But again, Kittle's deployed, bro. You still need somebody competent at that position.
Yeah.
A lot of rumblings about OJ and Tampa, but that's the type of guy you're going to need. But when you look at priority, you got to start to look at how much he'll cost and what priority is that on this list.
Or we could go grab somebody like Hooper, Austin Hooper.
It's all the cost, bro. And where does that priority fall on this list?
That's the reason why I put it as lower than QB2, because I feel like with a QB2, you have to get someone far more specific than a tight end. And what I mean by that is, you're like you said, you're gonna have to get somebody who is good enough but won't overshadow Tua.
Now, remember this. I want you to look at our tight ends on this list. If you can look at the screen, we don't just have a tight end 1 on here. We got a tight end 1 and a tight end 3. See, when you're talking about a primary specialist in blocking, that's more like that tight end 3, or even tight end 2 switch with Smythe. But that's that guy. We're talking about the dude that's going to be your Kittle.
Yeah, I think we would have to grab someone from free agency there.
But we're talking priorities right now. It ain't easy to find your Kittle. See, when we say priorities, we don't just look at this team. We look at the what's realistic to get in the draft or free agency. Just like wide receiver, it's a deep draft, so we ain't got to put that top 3.
Got you.
You see what I mean? In the free agency, you got a big pool of a lot of guys, so it don't have to be as big of a priority, because you may still find good quality at your 6th most prioritized spot. Yeah. You see what I mean?
Got you.
But tight end, it ain't easy to find your Kittle. I know we all talk about OJ Howard from Tampa, but remember how many other guys like him are available, which means we're not the only team that's going to be pursuing him. See, we could all say, go get that guy, like it's a guarantee, but it's not. We got to bid against other teams. Now, if there were 10 of him out there, it's all good. The priority is just probably where it needs to be. But are you okay risking having to get a $3 million tight end 1?
$3 million tight end 1. Who would that possibly be? Like,
put it like this: your top of the lines are 12, 13, right?
Yeah,
are going to be. Your middle of the road, which is just fine with me, you're going to find a guy like 7 or 8.
Okay.
But when you have the priority this low, based off of the amount of money you got left, you might be looking for a $3 million guy.
So here's the reason why I'm kind of confused right now, because I understand you said we need a Kittle, but is Kittle more Shanahan or is Kittle more McDaniel?
Well, that's whenever they say, if we're going to run the West Coast in the power, is it not the same?
That's true. That's true.
I mean, we can expect him to bring that same blueprint. That's what he knows. That's what he grew up on. That's what he learned. And he had influence in it the last 2 years. So that's what they run, with a little bit of his own influence. Can you see us potentially tagging and trading Gesicki? And what draft compensation do you think we will be able to get for him? First of all, no. I don't see us tagging and trading him. If you tag him, the team that trades for him is still going to want to. Well, first of all, if you tag him, it's going to be. The NFL may force you to put it at receiver money,
at receiver market price,
and the tag is going to be $25 million, because this year when the receivers get their money, the top 3 probably going to be over $20 million. So no, you ain't going to tag Gesicki. You may try to tag Gesicki and see if the league just does you a favor and keep that tag at tight end money. But again, you're just kicking the can down the road when I don't know about that. Why kick it down the road? And I don't think they're going to let him be at a tight end. And then on top of it, say you do tag him as a tight end. First of all, the team that trades for him is going to have to give him a big deal after that. So why would they give you draft compensation and have to pay him anyway? They might as well keep waiting it out and wait till he's a free agent when you can't tag him no more. Nobody's going to give the draft capital on your tag amount. You're paying him top tight end money, and I got to give you a draft pick? No, I'm straight. I'll wait till he become a free agent. Now you can sign him on a regular contract and then trade him, but then you don't want to get stuck with that contract. And people say pay Gesicki. How much you think he gonna cost? How much you think he gonna cost? And that's the problem you have. All right, man. So I get your point though with the tight end.
Yeah.
It's just tough.
It really is.
We have a lot of priorities, as you can see now.
So I had another question in regards to the linebackers. They said that they'll probably let McDaniel bring in who he wants as defensive coordinator. I see people throwing around Fangio. Do you think they'll keep the same scheme? Do you think they'll switch it up? Or because at first it sounded like they say, no, we don't want you to change what Flores had. But now it seems like they're like, well, go with what you know. And
First, we got to get Fangio. I mean, all of that is pipe dream. Everybody's saying it, but you got to get him first. Secure it, then I'll talk about it. But I'm gonna talk about it for you. We'll be fine with Fangio. Now he may take a little more bend but not break approach, but at least he's gonna maintain a 3-4.
Got you.
So we don't have a major scheme change.
So he does run a 3-4.
Yeah, from my understanding, unless somebody can tell me otherwise, that's what I thought he deploys.
All right, cool.
And he's me and Ian was talking about this earlier. Some could argue he's an upgrade over Flores anyway.
All right.
In that regards. I mean, we may not, from a leader of men standpoint, you could debate, but as far as schematically and defense, some people say he's an upgrade, but we deployed a whole lot more man concept than he ever will.
Yeah.
But that also concerns me because I don't feel like this defense is built for a traditional 3-4 set. That because we lived off of that man concept. And that's the only thing we really saw great success out of.
The traditional set was what we was running for the
early in the season,
games, right?
when we couldn't stop nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
when we needed our offense to be great. That's why I'm a little concerned if the defense does take a little step back, how much does the offense go forward?
True.
And I'm also concerned about this. It's the same issue that I had with Josh Allen. Tua is a rhythm player. You give him 3 throws in a row, he gonna get you 10 plus yards for the first. But if you run and rely on him for that one play, you could end up punting a lot. Unless that run game is really getting you those first downs and it's clicking.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes me a little nervous. That's the only thing I'm a little concerned about. That's where I'm at with that right now. But outside of that, anything else you got for me, bro?
Nah, yeah. I just wanted to know, because like I was saying, even if it isn't Fangio, how much do you think they would allow him to get a defensive coordinator who would change it up? Or do you think they would have somebody who would say, hey, this is our current personnel. We're going to give you some freedom, but you got to stay within this box because we already have all these rookies and all these contracts that we've signed. We don't want somebody that's going to come and change things up too much. We kind of want to keep it around what Flores already had.
Yeah, we could say that, but again, we're running a tight situation with that, man, because you don't want to take away the freedoms that these guys necessarily need, to do their thing. Because here's how I look at it. It's unfair to hold people accountable for something they can't even have full reins of control over.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's my issue. That's my issue with it. But we'll see how it goes, man.
What type of defense did they run at the 49ers?
I need to go back and double check, but remember, I have to go back and double check because they had some injuries in that secondary,
And their
and they
linebacker
had to
core is
make some
far more
switches.
solid than ours. Is crazy.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to tighten that area up. We'll see.
Yeah.
James said trade X to Eagles for 19th overall pick and draft center Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa with that pick. What you think, TD? Again, if they trade X, number one, number two, if you can get a first round pick, and number three, we already filling that in with a player that, again, players still got to come be that dude. You know how many offensive linemen got drafted above 19 that were all generational and don't look generational right now in the NFL?
That's true.
Again, I don't want no projects. I don't want no draft, hopefully guarantees anymore with Tua's last chance. I want us to get it right. You want to know what I want to feel with the draft? All these down here that got 2s and 3s next to them. All of these on the priority list, your freaking cornerback 2, your nose tackle 2, your linebacker 2, wide receiver 5. That's what I want to feel in the draft.
So this year, no starter rookies on the O-line.
This year, no starting rookie. No.
Nah.
No,
because I've heard a lot of
because
fans
most of the guys we got right now playing like rookies.
Yeah, a lot of people say they want Tyler Linderbaum, but I'm like, do y'all really want a rookie center on a prove-it year for Tua? I feel like unless you have something like the Chiefs where they had veterans surround Creed Humphrey.
See, people saying Linderbaum isn't a project. I'm just saying we've heard a million people that's not a project. They guaranteed look like a project their first year or two.
Yeah, Liam isn't supposed to be a project. He was one of the best league ready tackles, apparently.
Man, I just listen, I ain't got time for that draft mess no more. And I keep telling y'all, you can't keep drafting all these first round picks. I mean, we got so many on this team. At some point, you're going to every year come up with the guy that you got to pay.
Yeah, I don't want anybody that's young.
And they guarantee money, so they need to work out because they costing you.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
That's true.
What I'm doing now is just putting the thing on here for the next section that we're going to be doing when people build the team.
Yeah.
Possible players that we're going to fill these areas with, and possible cap hit. Because what we're going to do is try to understand where that's going to put our money. And I'm just going to put right here, balance. And this is going to be our balance because we start with 85 mil. And this is what we're going to be pretty much dealing with. Let me insert the cell. Let me do this. Bear with me, bro. I'm coming.
No, take your time.
All right. All right, so next part that we're going to do, I'm going to be bringing people on and telling me between these draft picks, between these open spots, who are we going to put? What's the possible player? What's going to be their possible cap hit? And what is that balance going to be? What is that balance going to be?
So that's both draft and free agency?
Yes. So
okay, yeah.
Let me see one more thing here. Give me a second. All right, we're good. We'll be able to fit those in. I'm gonna try to bring this over real quick. Just trying to see if there's a column we don't really need as much. Let me bring this in some and make that smaller. I want people to be able to see it just fine. All right, that's good. So that's the next step of this, okay? We're going to be talking about, okay, center is the top priority. Then we're going to have good discussions on what player are we talking about? How much is their cap hit going to be?
Yeah.
And let
And
me
the
go
total
ahead.
balance.
Yeah, let me go ahead now and put this. My bad. Let me see balance. Let me bring this all the way over. We're building out this whole sheet. Let me just go 85. 85 million.
So the way you have it set up, are we just gonna pick one player and move on? Because like you know how people say we can either draft a center or sign a center. Are you gonna have? Are you just gonna pick one and move on and do the balance of that one player, or
Well, I'm gonna be bringing people on the screen. All right,
okay,
it's your turn.
okay,
Let's go. Let's talk. We're gonna be dealing with this 85 million.
oh, okay then.
And build your team. It's that simple. Build your team.
Understood.
And that's what we're gonna do. Let me get this one more in here. So TD dropped that link again. I'll put it in here. All right. Anything else you got for me, bro?
Nah, brother. Thank you for your insight. And
No, I appreciate you too. Please do some research, have some stuff ready.
for sure.
I'll try to have a list of players and what they'll cost, and we're gonna have people building the team, trying to stay under the cap.
Yes, sir.
I mean, keep it at the cap. Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, man. Bye-bye. All right, I just dropped the link. So, like I said before, this is where we're, and I'm gonna make this a little bit more compact, to where I could fit more. I'm gonna do something with this whole category right here that it don't look like we're using much of. That I could probably save some space on that. Matter of fact, let me put that here and put this here. I can do that because this whole column, I may be able to get rid of the whole savings of this column. I see people backstage. I'm coming to you in just a second. Give me a moment. We're going to get rid of this total 85 million. We're going to copy this, put it over here. Copy this, put it here. All right, we're going to get rid of this whole row. Nope. Actually, we're going to do this. All right. Get rid of this row. All right. Yep. This gave us a lot more room. We didn't need that row. Let me see if down here look better. Yep. Possible trade of X. Put that in yellow. And this savings. 4.5. Let me get rid of save. Put if cut. And we'll put that in yellow. All right. So that looks all good. So I think we just saved some space so we can fit it all in. I can close this a little. Well, the cap hit part, I can close a little. 85 mil, I can close a little. And I'll build the formulas in, ladies and gentlemen. The formulas will be built in. Yeah, I'll be able to build the formulas in, okay? Let's see here. Tony, talk to me, man.
Okay, I want to actually adjust something. I want to move up the receiver to to above the linebacker.
Why is that?
Because I honestly feel the receiver is more important than the running back and the linebacker, in my honest opinion.
Now you do understand we have trouble stopping the run, and we don't have a single linebacker under contract right now. Not even the guys that we had before that struggled.
Okay. Above running back, but below the running. And move. Quarterback 2. Tight end 1 above left tackle.
Move tight end 1 and quarterback 2 above left tackle.
Yes, and then
y'all are really going in on this left tackle, man. This is interesting to me.
Yeah, because honestly, I can see. I don't want to be. I'm giving a chance to Liam Eichenberg. He's a young guy that needs a good offensive line coach. If Mike McDaniel hires a good offensive line coach, I'm okay with staying with move up CB1, because honestly, I feel that we might have to trade X because he's going to demand more money, in my honest opinion. So,
well, he's under contract right now, so we can't do that yet.
Okay.
He's under contract, so we'll hold out, because this is going to be a living document. Because as they make changes, we'll make changes.
Move running back below left tackle. I have the tight end 1 and QB2 above left tackle, but I have the running back below the left tackle. So for me,
now remember, you got to tell me why.
Okay, the reason why I have quarterback, because I don't trust Tua to stay healthy the whole season. That's why. He's had a history of not being able to stay healthy throughout college and now in the pros. So
now I listen, above anyone, I agree with you, but remember, we're operating off of the assumption that he does, because we got to do everything we can in our power to get this to work around him. So you want to get a backup court. See, the priority ain't just
draft one. I'm going to be drafting one.
A backup quarterback?
Yeah. Drafting a young guy, like a Bradley Zappi or something like that.
Okay. I got you. A lot of people ain't agreeing in the comment section, but so where would you move QB2 up to?
Above right tackle. Move the left defensive end above the right tackle. Because I feel that the defensive end, because I'm not going to be paying Ogba. He's going to demand like $20 million. I understand he's worth it, but I'd rather go cheap and draft the guy later in the round, because this defensive, the pass rusher class is deep this year for the draft. So I would rather have 2 young guys that equal the same price instead of paying one guy $20 to $25 million. I understand his production is worth it, but I'm not going to be paying a veteran who's almost 30 that might be transitioning soon into just a pass rusher, into like mainly a pass rusher role.
Who are you talking about?
Ogba.
Yeah, but we don't. But regardless, his replacement, either way, even if we ain't paying him, he still got to probably pay a replacement, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Draft a young guy later in the round. Is what I'm saying.
So you're talking about going back in the draft and hoping you can get a guy.
No, this draft class is actually pretty deep in the after the top, and I got what the guy I'm looking at is Jeremiah Johnson from Florida State.
Well, we'll talk through those things, man.
Okay. Move running back below tight end and left tackle and quarterback 2. I don't really consider the running back a priority right now, to be honest.
There is something to say. I got to be honest with y'all, man. A lot of people want a running back because we just haven't had one in so long. But in a committee system, is it really that important, y'all?
Not really. Like
in a committee system to make it number 5 priority. Like everybody talk about McCaffrey and all this and that. Let me tell y'all what's going to be fun about this. A lot of y'all are going to have these massive changes when we get over here to this balance. That's what I can't wait for. When we get over here to this balance, when we put the player in and their possible cap hit and how much that's going to bring us down to, that's going to be the interesting part.
And honestly, I need a nose tackle 1, not a nose tackle 2, because I don't. For me, when I look at Raekwon Davis, he seems like a natural 3-tech, not a pure 0. In my honest opinion, I understand why people say we don't need a nose tackle 1, but for me, when I look at him, he's not a pure nose tackle. In my honest opinion. Do you agree, or am I being harsh on Raekwon?
No. I mean, I agree. Well, it depends. In a 3-4, Raekwon is the guy.
A pure nose tackle? Not really.
Well, they're deploying him as such. Yeah, I mean that's what they're using.
That's what I'm saying. Not a natural. They're deploying him at that position, but he's not a natural nose tackle, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna rewrite the whole defense now.
Okay.
I don't think that we rewrite the defense. When you really think about it right now, we got Raekwon Davis and John Jenkins up the middle, and we ain't even got Jenkins on the contract. They're not going to rewrite this.
Oh, so you don't – oh, okay.
Raekwon Davis is a first-round pick, bro. I mean, what they're going to do with him? They're not going to put him at the defensive end position.
He's too big for defensive end is what you're saying?
And they're not going to deploy him as such. They already got Christian on the outside. First-round pick.
Okay. No, Raekwon's a second-round pick. What do you mean?
No. I say Christian.
No.
No, Raekwon, you're right. Well, actually,
he was
I don't even know if he was a second. I got to go back and look. I don't know why I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I thought he was.
He was drafted at 50. Remember, we were between him and another defensive tackle, but the Raiders drafted the guy him and a linebacker, but the Raiders had drafted the linebacker we wanted, and they ended up drafting Raekwon and stuff like that.
No, bro, I'm telling you, I think Raekwon was like a 4th-round pick, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's a second round
2. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping. You're right. I don't know. Hey, who am I thinking about?
You're thinking of the guy you're thinking of is Jason Strawbridge.
Yeah, I don't know. It's mixing me up now. Raekwon is a 3rd rounder. No, he's a 2nd rounder. He was 56 overall.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm really thinking about.
Yeah, and like I said before, with Agba, I feel I'd rather draft a young guy to pair up with the the 3 defensive guys that played the most, like consistently, were young guys. Raekwon is 23. Wilkins is 26, right? 26, 27, right? Am I off by a little bit? How old is Christian?
I'm not sure, but I know Christian's coming up on his last rookie money year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and then Jalen is like 20, 22. So I would rather have a young defensive line going all the way down the defensive line, to be honest, and then having the backup as a veteran guy like a John Jenkins to mentor, like cheaper pass rushers, veteran pass rushers to mentor these guys behind them and stuff. So I would rather have young guys that we can trust, that we can actually develop with Tua, instead of having veterans who are already developed. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
So what are you proposing again? I mean, you talk about it as a priority, though?
Yes. Have the defensive end above the right tackle. The second priority.
But that's what we have.
No.
Oh, you mean switch? More. I mean, tomato. I mean, they're right next to each other. Defensive end over right tackle. Remember, but again, isn't this about Tua?
Oh,
Which one is more important? Making sure his blind side is protected or the pass rush?
yeah, you're right. The blind side would be.
I mean,
more
again,
important.
and they're one apart, bro. I mean, it's really 1A, 1B. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not enough to even make a change, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, this is an honest question. Do you think when we drafted Liam, he was eventually he was supposed to be our right tackle, but
Yeah, they may put him at tackle, but right now we just have to go off of what we know. We might get that revelation. That's why I told y'all earlier. That's why I told you earlier that one of those three spots they're not going to fill because we got on our list right tackle, left tackle, center. They're only going to do two of those because you got too many draft picks and potentials down here that they have to figure out a way to fill those spots.
And do you agree with people saying Austin Jackson's a bust, TD?
Well, we'll find out this year. I don't make those determinations until you finish your rookie contract. After your third year, I start to mumble of it, but I can't say that. After this year, I'll start making saying things of that nature.
And I want to bring up the bell cow running back conversation you had earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because you have the perfect example. I'm going to bring up a team who just had a bell cow running back that got eliminated. The Tennessee Titans and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. But that's where it goes into that conversation. You can have a great running game. You can have a great O-line. That defense, in my opinion, could have been a little better, but they played real good. And it still ain't good enough if you ain't got one of those dudes. But again, we're going to see if we can build a team well-rounded with structure, better than the way Tennessee did, to help Tua out and see what he can do this year.
And actually, I would move up receiver. For me, I think receiver is going to be more important than a running back or a linebacker. Like the defensive positions, I think receiver would be more important. Like the offensive line and receiver weapons for Tua would be more important, like the tight end and the receiver, because we're going to probably remember, guys, Gesicki's going to be asking for receiver money, not tight end money. So we need to
remember wide receiver. I think is in a perfect spot because we don't even have a left inside linebacker on the contract. You don't want the defense to lose its integrity, so you need a DN. We already know you need a center and right tackle to help Tua in a run game. The receiver position, at least your starting point right now is Devontae Parker, Waddle, and Lynn Bowden. Everybody's underestimating the role that Lynn Bowden is about to play. He should be unleashed this year, and you're going to get some great production. I'm telling you, Lynn Bowden has the potential to give you what Waddle gave you this year as Waddle takes the next step if Tua can deliver it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but when I look at this, I understand we want to keep the integrity and we don't have linebackers or defensive ends. If we don't re-sign Agba, we might be able to trade for a young guy that wants out of their current situation and stuff like that.
And again, this isn't going to be about trading, bro.
Oh, it is?
This is about what we can control because 31 teams has an opportunity to trade for the same person that everybody wants to say we should go trade for.
And is there a deep pass rusher class this year?
Not that I know of.
For
I believe it is, but the reason why I'm saying not that I know of, because I don't want you to quote me on that. From what I know, it's very deep, but I don't know what has changed in the last month because I haven't paid attention to the way people have been climbing or dropping on those boards. Plus, we just had the Senior Bowl. I want a few of these pro days to go by. Then we look at not pro days. Yeah, pro days to go by. Then we'll start looking at those projected
and the
lists.
combine. Don't forget about the combine.
Absolutely. Now, again, let me say this, Anthony. You make sure you show up when we play the game of filling these spots in. Because everything you're talking about, like a lot of people, I want to see how we're going to fill them in with this $85 million.
I thought we had a bigger cap. I thought we had like 90 million or something.
We got $70 million. Really, we got 65 right now, but we already took off the guys that they signed for 700,000 with no guaranteed money. That's 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna make the team. So because they're gonna go into camp over the cap by about 30 million, 40 million, 50 million, because that's why you always have 90 something guys in camp, because you're offering all of them a contract, but about 50 of those guys have no guarantee money. And then when you make your final cuts, you know where you're gonna end. I put the people that are likely that's definitely gonna be on this team next year based off of guaranteed contractual money. And I took some of those other guys off. And then also, hold on as I move this down real quick. Also, I just took some of those guys out. We put it like this: we got 70 million. And if we make these changes with all these guys in red, we'll go up to 85 million. When we were talking about 100 and something million, that's if they cut Eric Rowe. That's going to get you at about 89 and a half. And if they trade Xavier Howard, it's going to basically save you maybe another 15. So that's where you get over 100. But right now they're under contract. We're not trading. This is a living document. We'll trade as we'll make changes as they make decisions. Once we do enough exercises about this 85 million, then we can have fun with what would it look like if we trade X and we do this and we do that. We can do all those examples. But you need to come back whenever it's time to play the game, because I want to see how you're going to fit it all in with the 85. Okay? Oh, he already gone. My bad. All right, man. Doggy, man. What's up, homie? Maybe I am blind, but I don't see the link to call in. Oh, I'll drop it. My bad. I was reading that comment, bro. What's going on with you, man?
Not much. Just hanging out, man.
What you think about what we're doing?
What I think, we got a real good receiver class. I think receiver should be the top option in the first round.
Well, we're not talking so much of draft yet. We're just saying priority needs on the team.
So priority needs, we got to go deep offensive line, right?
Okay.
So offensive tackle. We got a great tackle free agency class. I want to go after Armstead hard.
So we got a right tackle up here at number 2 as a priority. That's pretty strong.
Well, I'm thinking of kicking Eichenberg inside. He ain't McGlinchey. I'm thinking left guard.
That may be where he is right now, though.
Which is fine. Then we could go out and get a guy like Armstead to be our left. And then Robert Hunt's more of a right guard. I believe we were playing him at right guard this year anyway.
Yeah, he played right guard. Did very well.
Yeah. And then even at center, like it's a good center free agency.
We put that at the top.
Yeah. Brian Allen. Whew, if the Rams don't bring him back, like I think he's a good scheme fit. So that's why I'm talking about receiver being a priority, like come draft time. I assume we're gonna go after offensive line like priority wise during the free agency.
I think you're another example of a guy that needs to come back when we fill out the positions that we get. But here's what I need you to think about. You came in here and said Armstead, right?
Oh yeah.
And you came in here and said wide receiver. Give me one.
We talking free agency or we talking
free agency?
Free agency. All right, there's a lot of good. If we're gonna talk wide receiver,
just throw me one, anyone that you want as a priority. If we were supposed to move wide receiver all the way up,
all right. If we're gonna move it all the way up, looking at like an Allen Robinson coming off a down year, Andrew. I know. That's just one. That's top priority. That's guy number one.
Yeah, I'm talking money. How much you think that's gonna be?
Oh man, he's probably gonna. Probably about 13 to 16 a year, I'm assuming. But hey, receiver. It's a premium position. Let's give our boy weapons. Devontae ain't doing much. I mean, Juju, he's probably going to be in for another 1-year contract. Come in, have him play the slot. Waddle can separate. He can play outside. Like Juju's probably going to look for like another 1 year, 6 million, 8 million. DJ Chark coming off an injury riddled year. Like there's a ton of these guys out there that we could get for cheap options. And again, that's why I would like prioritize that in the draft. I would be thinking offensive line first and foremost in free agency. If we're going to go off prioritize, then yeah, definitely offensive line, offensive tackle mainly. I'd be thinking Armstead right off the bat. We got the cap room. Let's go for a home run. I'm tired of all the inexperience.
Listen, Robinson wants 20+ million a year. Don't forget, the Bears offered him. The Bears offered him 16 on an extension for multiple years, and he turned it down, and that's why he's even going to become a free agent. They already offered him the bag of 16, and he turned it down.
Well, yeah, even
he
then,
is expecting 20+.
I don't know if he's going to get that, but
this is what I'm trying to help people understand. When we build this team, we could throw names, but go do the research how much they're asking for or how much they're projected to get. Because a lot of people's expectations of what they want is going to drop drastically when we do this exercise. Because you talked about Allen Robinson, that's 20. You got 65 million left. Then you brought up, what was the tackle you brought up?
Oh, Terran Armstead. No, yeah, he's easy. Should be priority number 1.
And how much you think that's going to cost?
That's going to cost a pretty penny. He's gonna need premier money.
Give me an estimate.
Let's go 20 million a year. Maybe less. Maybe 17 to 20.
Let me see what they have him for. Let me see.
Let's see. I'm seeing about 19.
So roughly 20?
Yeah, roughly 20.
So this is where I get at with people. You got 2 players right there that could take up 40, and you got 45 million left. And do you realize 45 million left leaves everybody else at an average of about 2.3 million?
Well, you got attack premium positions, left tackle, wide receiver.
I get it, but what I'm saying is, if you did your left tackle and your wide receiver, and you got 45 million left, what kind of center do you want, bro? What kind of right tackle do you want? You see what I'm saying? Eventually, you start coming down here where everybody needs minimum.
Oh, there's always good bargain options out there as well.
Yeah, there are, but some of these priority guys, you're going to have to look for bargains too. That's what people are going to come to realize.
And then it's like, well, okay, so then what are we like settling for average? Or are we looking for like maybe a Morgan Moses?
You're going to settle for whatever you want to settle for, but that's the exercise we're going to end up doing. All I'm going to do is plug in what you say, look at the estimated cap, and this 85 going to continue to move.
Just drop.
And we're just going to keep going down. So when you make it to running back and you got 25 million left for everybody.
I ain't even worried about running back. That's a low value for me. Mm-hmm. We got Mike McDaniel. He got by on journeyman and day 3 options.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just saying in general. It's not going to be as easy as people think.
Oh no, definitely not.
To get to just fill this roster with all these high priority people. Go get Armstead. Go get McCaffrey. I'm just laughing.
No, leave me away from McCaffrey, man. That's too much.
I'm just laughing, man. But it's gonna be interesting to see what we end up doing.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't wait for the free agency. But yeah, no, it should be a good one for the Dolphins. This is a make or break year for Tua. So let's see what we got.
Yeah, but bro, come back whenever it's time to fill it out and we'll play that game, okay?
Oh, most definitely. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man.
Take it easy, bro.
All right, man. We got a few more people. What's up, Cameron?
What's up? I was going to say, as far as right tackle, do you think we should really look at a right tackle, considering Liam Eichenberg played right tackle a lot at Notre Dame? Should we kick him over there?
I agree, but that's just going to depend on Mike McDaniels. I mean, they might even kick. I mean, Mike McDaniels may feel like he want Hunt over there. We don't know. I know with a power West. Listen, man, we might have a whole makeover as far as that O line because we need guys that can run block very well.
That's true,
and we'll see. We also still need to wait and see what O-line coach he can bring in. We could keep naming who we want, but you still got to land them.
Yeah, and as far as Gesicki, I say to move on from Gesicki. Maybe keep like Adam Shaheen or something like that. Maybe one that's going to be better in the run blocking game. As far as that thought process, and
yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible that we can move Shaheen over.
And I have a thought for quarterback too. I know this is going to sound crazy. A lot of Dolphins fans going to be like, nah. Why not bring back Ryan Fitzmagic?
I mean, that ain't out of the framework, but again, bro, we gonna really go get a backup quarterback who some could argue is gonna be better than the starter, bro? Is that what we're gonna try to do?
It could be, or you could put one mastermind in McDaniel from Yale and have Ryan Fitzpatrick from Harvard, and they put their two heads together and figure out something for this offense.
They're not bringing Ryan Fitzpatrick back, bro. They're not bringing Ryan Fitzpatrick back.
It's a lot of thought process.
Tua loses his mind. Listen, this is about building around Tua, so he can't be threatened.
That's true.
Everybody's used that excuse. Well, he's been looking over his shoulder with his job all this time. First with Fitz, then the whole Watson stuff. Then no, you can't. Nope. Listen, this is the one quarterback that obviously can't take competition, or at least the fans that support him can't. I don't know which one, whatever you want to call it.
I just feel he needs that competition as far as this year, especially because I feel
not learning no new offense. Not learning no new offense. This is a complex offense. And listen, you don't need no Fitz coming in, picking it up right away, and Tua struggling in it. Then it's just more issues, man. No.
I feel you. What do you think about the reports?
Give Tua the easiest path possible.
What do you think about the reports of them saying that we should go after Malik Willis of Liberty?
I mean, I'm hearing them, but again, when it happened, we'll see from there.
True.
We'll see from there when it happens, man.
True. There's just a lot of what ifs, especially with free agency, even going into the draft, and we're months away from the draft, so who knows what will happen. But I appreciate you having me on, and that's just some of my thought processing.
No, I appreciate you coming through, bro. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
James, man, what you got on this?
Hey, what's up, TD?
I'm good, man. Talk to me.
All right, I'm the one that had put in the trade up for Kyle Lindenbaum. Now, hear me out on this.
I can barely hear you, bro.
Hold on for a second.
Something wrong with the mic.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Barely, but go ahead. I'm gonna try to make it out.
I put in Tyler Linderbaugh for trading X. The reason why I said that is that I've been watching Tyler Linderbaugh for a while from Iowa.
Bro, I could barely hear you, but I think what I'm hearing you say is a player that you would put in a certain spot. Right now, we're just trying to go priorities. We'll fill players in the next episode.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, in part 4 of building around Tua, it's really a game. It's a constant game. I mean, I bring people on, show me what you got. Hopefully you take it serious and do some research, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what the player's going to cost. Show me how you going to build around Tua with $85 million with our priorities by position and our holes. I want to see people's plans. And listen, here's the rules. But I appreciate you coming through, James.
No problem.
Here's the rules, y'all. Here's the rules, because I'm not going to take anybody else today. Let me be clear. Let me be clear with everybody, okay? Here, let me be clear. When we do this, I don't want you to tell me what draft pick you're going to get. Well, I'm going to draft this player at this spot. Nope, just tell me which pick you're going to use for what position. I'm going to use my first round, number 29, on my center. I don't need to know the player. I don't need to know the player. That's going to be during draft time at the free agency. We're going to handle that stuff at the free agency. I'm giving instructions now, and people still ain't going to listen when the time comes. We just going to feel possible player, that center, 29 in the draft, whatever. That right tackle, then you give me a name. The only names I want are free agencies. I don't want names you can trade for because 31 other teams can trade for them. 99 times out of 100 times, we never trade for who we all say we should trade for. So I ain't wasting time. I'm only going off of who's available in free agency. Give me a name. I'll look up their possible cap hit, and we're going to keep bringing the balance down, and we're going to fill out all of these needs. It's going to work that easy. Now, I'm also going to add a few positions down here because I got to get it to the 21 holes that we actually have. I got to get it to the 21 holes that we have. Matter of fact, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19, 20, 21. So let me go ahead and get my paintbrush. Oh, I ain't hit the paintbrush. Here it is. Oh my gosh, what's going on? It's taking me forever right now. All right, so I'll bring it down, and that's going to be like linebacker number 3 and all of that crap that's on there. But I'll fill those positions out, okay? But we're going to have to fill this whole thing. We're going to have to fill the whole thing. And you can give me free agents, okay? So we'll put the possible players, we'll put their possible cap hit, and we got to make it worth $85 million. We have to make it worth $85 million, all right? That's going to be the rules. I need that spreadsheet for my Madden franchise. I mean, you could just go to the stream and just, pause it. You see it right now? Now I'll go to the bottom half. There you go. You see that? And then your special teams right down there because we need a punter. All right. TD, you growing a mustache now? Yeah, the wife told me she want to see me grow it and see how it looks. So I've been roughing it out, man. But all of this thing came in, and I'm starting to get my little stuff over here. So we're going to see what we do. I'm going to either keep it or get rid of it, but I'll let time tell. It always does. Oh, and you notice that on camera? Gosh, I can't even see myself. But yeah, man, we'll see. Y'all already know, man, whatever the wife want, all right, she gets. All right, man. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. Well, I got one more. He was backstage. Aaron, man, what you got on this?
Man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, bro.
Okay, so listen, I love Miami, but man, I'm just not a fan of Tua.
Okay.
I don't see it. Like you know how like for example, like Josh Allen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they got eliminated, but still, he went toe to toe. Can you really see Tua doing that for real?
Okay, so whether we could see it or not, that's why this is important, because you're a Dolphins fan. And no matter if you believe in him or not, we got to still build a team around him. So, so if that's the case, then you should be heavily trying to put the running game around him. you know, the O-line, the receiver, whatever it is, but whatever you could do to build his team, that's what you want to put around him, because you're still going to be tasked to build a winner, even if you don't believe in the quarterback. Maybe you're a heavy running team, and maybe you might want to go the route when we do this. You might want to get, instead of like everybody else, you might want to get the best defensive end, the best linebacker. You might prioritize CB2 and make that defense the top defense in the league. Then you might start focusing on the O-line and the run game and let it be it, and not worry about receiver, tight end, and all of that. And maybe you want to live just like San Francisco off of the defense and the run game, and your quarterback do what he can. I don't know, but you got to build a team.
But here's the thing, though. San Francisco, they're a boss organization, right? They believe they can win. Like, Garoppolo's not that good, right? But San Francisco, they take themselves seriously. I don't feel like Miami takes themselves seriously. I really don't. Like, firing Brian Flores, I just don't see the move in that. Like, he really, like, I feel like he changed the organization a little bit. You know, they kind of a little like little pep in their step once he came on, and like firing him, I just don't understand. Don't get it.
And that's why I say, whether we understood it or not, it happened, right? So how do we make the best of it going forward out of that? You know what I mean? I'm with you, bro, but this is what we got to deal with now. You know what I mean?
So you're just gonna ride with the ship, like, just no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, what other choice you got?
Man.
What other choice you got? See, at least we're doing this now so we can compare what we all agree we would do to what they do, so we can see if they do fail, we know what areas they drop the ball. If they do succeed, we know how we can calibrate ourselves to better understand the best way to build a team. This is all just being a fan, and at the end of the day, trying to figure it out with the team from a mock standpoint. You know what I mean? We're just having fun with it, and we're going to see what the end result is, and we're going to learn from this. Either we're going to calibrate ourselves to be better like they've built it, or we can continue to demand them to calibrate to what we're doing. We keep on shouting to the top of our lungs what changes really need to be made, what type of players they really need to get. They're not going to listen, but that's what we should be doing as fans if we really care. We need to stop going into the offseason not knowing what the issue is, just a whole bunch of guessing. We need to start knowing ourselves what the issue is. That's the only way you'll be able to even hold a franchise accountable for the decisions that they make.
I feel you.
So
two questions. Two questions. One, what did you think of Brian Flores? And two, what do you think about the whole controversy about the whole firing thing?
Bro, we spent three days talking about that, man.
Oh, okay.
You can go check out any one of those streams, bro.
But did you like him though, Brian Flores?
Yeah, I like Brian Flores.
I thought he was great. I just didn't see it. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I really like Brian Flores. He wasn't a perfect coach. He had his flaws as well. Should he have been fired? I don't believe so, but they did. So we move on. My new head coach is Mike McDaniels now, and I'm behind him 100%, bro.
Wow, you're just riding with this shit, man. I respect that.
You have to. I mean, what other choice you got? And you want to hope that they know a little more than you, which they should. Like, I would hope they know more than me, and they make the right decisions. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Mike McDaniels, but he wasn't a write-off. He was just an unknown, a hope. We don't know if he'll be good or not because we don't have anything that'll say that he will. I've seen much better resumes fail. So, true. But at the same token, I've seen much worse resumes succeed. So he our new head coach. Let's go, Mike. Let's get this together. At the end of the day, as a Dolphin fan, the ultimate goal is a Super Bowl. I don't care who can get it. I don't care who it is. I wanted to upgrade from Flores since we let him go. Right now, I could say we didn't, but that doesn't exempt him from the opportunity of showing that we did. So let's go, Mike McDaniels. Let's make this a winning organization. You own the clock. I'm not faulting you for defensive woes because you ain't got nothing to do with defense. Bring the right people in for it. Yeah, like you see how everybody fought at Flores for offense,
Right.
which I thought was unfair, even though he needed to bring the right staff to get it together, and he couldn't. Same thing with Mike McDaniels. I will not fault him for defense. After 2 years, I'll fault him for not being able to get the right staff. But right now, he needs to come fix that. See, this is the thing. Mike McDaniels is going to help our receiving room and our running backs. That's his expertise. That's what he's going to have his hands on. But he's going to have to be able to find an offensive line coach that can make a difference for his running backs. He's going to have to find a quarterback coach that can help our quarterback make a difference for his receivers. And that's where the real test is for him. Can he get a staff that can elevate the quarterback play and the O-line play? All that other crap, who cares? You got a good running back and a receiver, then you still can't maximize their potential because your O-line and your quarterback. So he ain't got no expertise in quarterbacks. He ain't got no expertise in O-lines. But he going to have to find the right people that can get it done, that can help what his specialty is thrive. All the rest of that window dressing, the philosophy and how he want to do it, speed it up and all that, blah, blah, blah. I don't care nothing about none of that because you still got to fix the O-line and the quarterback. And that's what he's going to be tasked with. If he can't do those two things, then it's a fail. It's a fail.
The crazy thing is, I feel like who you have leading the team is more important than the type of players you have, sometimes.
Yeah,
and
I mean, your leader has to be in the forefront of everything.
I just don't see McDaniels being that.
Bro, when it comes to not seeing it, your opinion is well documented. But at the end of the day, I can't make any type of assertion like that for the simple reason this man ain't even touched nothing. He ain't get in the bill. Who knows? See, you'll think. Let me say this. You see how you came in here? The first thing you were saying was Tua. You don't believe in him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if I'm wrong. If McDaniels came in and traded for Watson and traded Tua, how you feel about McDaniels?
I like Watson. I'd be very happy with
But how would you feel about McDaniels making that decision?
I'd be like, oh, well, good job. Nice.
It starts to change your perspective, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Or if he keeps Tua and Tua shows you something, he's got the right people around him to develop him, and Tua's shocking the heck out of you.
If he did that, I mean, wow, I'd bow down. I'd be like, wow.
Then guess what, bro? Let's give him the opportunity.
Man, I'm like Ray Charles with the Dolphins right now, man. I don't see nothing. I just don't see it.
But hey, and I don't blame you for that. But that's why Mike McDaniels will be tasked to bring those W's, because that's one thing you'll never not see, a W.
You think so?
That's all fans. Yeah, we winning. You'll start seeing them.
Okay.
Now, ain't that the goal? I mean, what else you a fan for?
I mean, we got the Bills. I mean, we got Dolphins. I mean, the Patriots.
If you're getting the W's, if you go 12-5, do you see that?
That division looking real dicey right now.
If you go 12-5, do you see it?
Right. I feel you.
All right. Let's give it a chance, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you have no choice.
Exactly. All right, man. Appreciate you, homie.
All right, man.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. But listen, man, one thing I'll tell you, there will be no Mike McDaniel slander over here, because he deserves every opportunity like any coach. We hired him. Y'all knew me before we hired him. I wasn't sold. I said, but he is a better option than Dayball, in my opinion, because at least I got hope with him. I have zero faith in Dayball. Now, I would have been mad if we hired Dayball, even though I know he probably was the front runner before them. I would have been mad if we hired Dayball. Okay? Because I am not a believer in that guy. His resume is pure D trash of stagnation to me. But that's just my opinion. But the only thing that intrigued me with Dayball was the ability to possibly bring the quarterback coach. And it didn't matter anyway because he got promoted to offensive coordinator in Buffalo. So that wasn't going to happen anyway. So Mike McDaniels, the only thing that I'm worried about with him is who you bring in as an O-line coach and who you bring in as the quarterback coach. And also, who's going to be your offensive coordinators? What, you going to keep the guys you got now? Nobody talk about that. Who going to be your OC? We got to see, y'all. We got to see, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, man, this is part 3 of building around Tua Tagovailoa. I appreciate y'all. Part 4, the fun begins. Come ready, man, because I ain't got time for these games. Come ready. Have your names ready. Fill in these positions. Know the money already, so this can be an easy process. All right? Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I am out. Peace.